I'm ready for the war. I'm ready for the war. I'm ready for the war. Ready for the war. Ready for the war. I'm ready for the war. I'm ready for the. Oh yes, I'm ready for the war. I'm ready, yes, for war. Against the acts that no clean and spirits that no pure. And I'm sure them have antidote for disease, them say can be cured. My tongues are scored, but when they lie and roar, yeah, I am sure that all bad-minded individual living sinful gets judged by judges knows. See nobody with him, any with him that is given and I kill it with force. The force where we come from a different type of place and real clean source. I have my armor and my shield so I don't fear no more, cause Lord God is guiding me for sure. Hey, I'm ready so run from. Trust me, me not go run. And all bad people, them a get bun. My armor and weapon, God's breath in my lungs. And I won't stop until this work is done. It's done. I'm ready so run from. Trust me, me not go run. And all bad people, them a get bun. My armor and weapon, God's breath in my lungs. And I won't stop until this work is done. It's done. I'm ready for the war. I'm ready for the war. Ready for the war. I'm ready for the. Oh yes, I'm ready for the war. I'm ready for the war. I'm ready for the war. Ready for the war. I'm ready for the. Oh yes, I'm ready for the war.
You ready for war now, man? Well, it's that the peat back to make this tune here for your speaker box. And I cook up big tune in a drum pan and a little teapot. Idiot, them I take like a cheap shot. Trust me, me peep that. I don't know, see me come from yard. See me no walk around with a little weak heart. Ready for war, so each part of my inner spirit recharge. So we march for all to get to you. Trust me, me see it hard. See, it's that a guy that's true, even though, yo, we at odds. So come in some birthday and sing out Jenico Sweetheart.
Cool and lovely, breezy afternoon. And my stomach was growling cause I had no food. As I write this lyric now, we've got to say, take up your shield and weapon and armor, yes, today.
I'm ready, so run from. Trust me, me not go run. And all bad people, them a get bun. My armor and weapon, God's breath in my lungs. And I won't stop until this work is done. It's done. I'm ready, so run from. Trust me, me not go run. And all bad people, them a get bun. My armor and weapon, God's breath in my lungs. And I won't stop until this work is done. It's done. Oh yes, I'm ready for the war. I'm ready for the war. I'm ready for the war. Ready for the war. I'm ready for the. Oh yes, I'm ready for the.
I'm a zombie. I've been bitten.
I don't got nothing to lose, kid. You can't take nothing from me. You think I'm a self-made man? I'm free. You understand? I'm a free man. So I say what I want and I do what I want. I ain't the Baba BB like my man Uno the Prophet would say. So I ain't finna be up on here trying to be nobody's preacher. I ain't running all that old slick, all that slick conscious talk cats is only doing now. Or how I say hotep bullshit the cats be running on each other. But you saying I say hotep to the black woman and I say queen, hotep queen. And as soon as the woman walk past, you like, God damn, you see the ass on that bitch? You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm not that dude. You feel me? Like I don't rock like that. I'm 100,000. So I'm not for all that. So just like I came at these goon ass rappers that make a fool of us every day, I'm about to come for these fake forward charlatan, so-called activists, so-called leaders that's really creating so much mud in the water. Like, yo, I'm watching the show they come with lights they got right now. And they have this one, right, where they're showing how the predators function, right? And they got this dolphin. The dolphin does, it's slick because they like to feed freshwater dolphins. And what the dolphin do is slick, he'll rev himself up and start circling around and around in the low water, right? And while he's doing that, what he does is that it's creating a soot from the water, to start rising. And what that does is cause all the fish to start panicking, right? Now it's how ill it is. And when the fish start panicking, they start jumping out the water. Now, you're tripping because you're like, well, what's that supposed to do? You got the fish tripping, but he's just going around and around in a circle. But the whole purpose of him doing that is when he does that, a whole bunch of other dolphins converge around the circle to catch the fish who panicked and jumped out the water and exposed themselves. Now they snatching the fish up. Now, this to me speaks to cats like, these dudes that's running around having, like, instead of battle rap, they're having battle knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, you got the Sarah Shoot and Steady's running around on YouTube, and they yipping and yapping, and I'm like, son, are you saving your people or are you having a knowledge battle? What's really good?
Yeah. Good morning. My name is Cymarshall, and you are now in tune to episode 61 of the Cymarshall Law Show. Yes, we've reached 61. And we've also reached another Friday, April 9th. I want to send a big shout out to my sister. Sakina, it was her birthday yesterday. Shout out to the whole Aries squad. You know what I'm saying? Aries season. My name is Cymarshall Law, and we've reached Friday again, y'all. I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling real bouncy this morning. We're going to have a dope show this morning. We have one of my new favorite guys coming on today, my man Kool Kim, formerly of the UMCs, now known as NYOIL. We're going to get into a dope-ass interview with him. We're going to get into the news of the day, and we're also going to give flowers. We're going to give flowers to the people who deserve them because, that's the topic of this show. So, you know how I like to start? I like to start with the morning prayers. So let's start there before we really get into it. I hope y'all feeling good with a lot of good vibes and positive energy this morning because that's all I have for y'all. I don't have anything negative. I don't have no bad vibes. I just have uplifting, elevating, focusing, successful type energies for y'all. That's what I'm trying to give y'all this morning. So let's start with the morning prayer. Can't start anything without saying thank you. And thank you to me is the greatest form of prayer. So that's why we say it first. Universal God's great architect, Jah, the Most High, God, love. Thank you for allowing us to wake up this morning. What I hear right now, God, is the birds chirping outside of my window. And I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for the wind I felt on my skin as I opened the door this morning. I'm thankful for the sun that hit my face this morning when I opened my door and stepped on my porch. Universal Gods, thank you for the little things. Thank you for the small things. Thank you for family. Thank you for love. Thank you for true friends. Thank you for authenticity. Thank you for originality. Thank you for honesty. Thank you for purity. Thank you for real people in our lives. Thank you for people that we can trust with knowing that they're going to do the best things for us and for themselves and for the people around them. Thank you for our children. Thank you for our ancestors. Thank you for our grandparents, great-grandparents, cousins. Thank you for health, wealth, knowledge of self. Thank you for guidance. Thank you for nutrition. Thank you for positive energy, mineral, vitamins. Thank you for our healthy bones, our healthy organs, our healthy brains, our healthy hearts, our healthy lifestyles. God, thank you for bringing us through to another Friday. We truly appreciate. Thank you for success upon success upon success. I had some good success this week. God, I know you know what I'm talking about. The people will find out soon enough. But thank you for that. I am blessed. We are blessed. Thank you for today. Blessings on top. Yeah. That one felt really good. Oh, let me see. My man Kool Kim hit me up. He said, "Don't forget to send the Zoom link." Did I press send? Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, brother, you got it. Check NYOIL 01. Oh, I don't want to give out your email, but I sent it. Oh man. So yeah, let's get into it. Let me throw on an instrumental here. We're gonna get into the show. Da. Kim is a morning person like me, so he's on top of it. Kim was like, "Yo, send the Zoom link." But I've been up since like 3:30 a.m. So Yeah. Here we go. Uh-huh. Yeah. So the show this morning I wanted to call Give Flowers Now. And the reason I wanted to call it Give Flowers Now is because I thought this was the instrumental. Let me throw on Cell Dwellers right quick. Shout out to Eugene Phantasm. But yeah, I wanted to call the show Give Flowers Now because I woke up this morning at 3:30 a.m. and I went on Twitter, and the first thing I saw was rest in peace DMX. Now, I don't know if the brother is, if he passed away. I never want to be the first person to jump online and be like, yo, X passed away or anyone passed away. I kind of find it confusing when people feel like they need to jump on immediately and be the first to say that someone passed away. So I don't know anything for sure yet, but I saw that this morning on Twitter and I was just like, yo, I need to call this show Give Flowers Now, especially since I'm going to be interviewing my man Kool Kim, and Kool Kim has been doing it, for longer than me, way longer than me, and longer than a lot of cats. And I feel like he's had an incredible history that I was able to review before this interview, and I feel like he definitely needs to get his flowers. But beyond Kim, just people in general, I feel like there's a pandemic on not giving people their flowers when they deserve them. And that could be veterans, it could be people right now. And my thing is, what's the issue? What's the issue? Like, when someone has done something that you admire, when someone has done something that has inspired you, when someone has done something that influenced you, that made you be a better person, why not, in that very moment, when that is happening, you reach out right then? Whether it's a celebrity or whether it's one of your friends or whether it's one of your associates, I think there's a pandemic on people not giving enough love to each other when they deserve it. And it's like we always, I don't want to say we, because some of us, including myself, make it a habit to tell people when they've influenced us and when they've been dope to us. Like I'm going to start naming all the people that influenced me because I've been giving them flowers, but I'm going to continue to give these people their flowers because they deserve them. Like, if it wasn't for certain people, I wouldn't be doing what I'd be doing. And it's not that we owe anyone anything, but the fact of acknowledging what someone allowed themselves to be, and then because they allowed themselves to share their light, we were able to shine our light because we were able to reflect their light. It's way too much of this going on and people not turning back to give people the props that they deserve until they pass away. Like, I have a couple friends that passed away in the industry, and they got a whole lot of props after they were gone. And these people were incredible artists before they were gone. So why are we waiting for someone to pass away to give these props? Whether that's DMX or whether it's that your man's up the street that taught you something. Like, why are you looking at what he's creating and then not saying like, yo, that's dope, that's dope, that's dope? There's a pandemic on that shit, and I feel like we need to erase that shit. So today, what I want you to do, if you can think of anyone, literally, it could be your mother, it could be your sister, it could be your child, it could be a celebrity. It doesn't matter. Find that person today and reach out. Leave a comment blatantly on their page, publicly, call them, text them, but do not wait until you hear that person is in the hospital to jump up and be like, oh, this person is the greatest, the dopest. And for all those people doing that for X right now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing that. Like, if it took for the brother to get hurt or for someone to get hurt, for you to say something, I'm not going to be like, oh, you shouldn't give the person their props because you weren't giving it to them before. I'm not going to be that guy. Please, give all the flowers you need to. What I'm just saying is that going forward, it would be super dope if the people that inspired you, if the people that made you who you are, if the people, that you appreciate, the people that have given you art to make you be able to shine your own inner light, give those people props, because why not? Why not? You gonna do it when they pass away, but why not do it right now? Because you know what? Sometimes people reach out to me and they give me props, but they give me props at a time that I need them. And it's like, I'm not gonna go around, telling people I need a pat on the back or I need a push forward. But sometimes these words of encouragement or these flowers that you might be holding back from someone, if you do give them, you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna inspire them to make more dope shit. It's gonna inspire them to inspire more people. So if we continue this process of giving love and showing people that we're not insecure and we see the dope shit they're doing, and even though we may have not done some of the dope shit that they've done, the things that they're doing inspire us to be greater. Yo, you gotta do that. Whether that's your boss at work, your great granny, whether that's Drake, whether that's, Phantasm from the Cellar Dwellers, anybody. Like, I make a point. And the thing is, when you give people props, it says a lot about you as well. It says that you're big enough to be confident in yourself, that you giving another woman or man props doesn't take anything away from you. And that's the thing I think a lot of people mistake. I think they feel like if you give someone else credit who's doing the same thing as you, like, and I think it happens a lot in I would say, like, it happens a lot in hip hop, but I think it happens a lot in everywhere, whether it's soccer, basketball. I just feel like when you're doing the same thing as somebody else, it takes a big person to be like, yo, what you're doing is dope and it's inspiring me, because a lot of people feel like they feel competitive and they feel like if you big up the next man, that's going to make you feel small. But no, it does the exact opposite. When I big someone up, it allows me to know that I can do it too. But it's like, if you're not giving the people the flowers that they deserve, not only are you discrediting them, you're taking away from yourself. Because you know what happens when you give out good energy and you give out love and you give out credit? Yo, the universe is like a fucking boomerang. That shit comes back to your ass. So a lot of people holding on to this credit, they holding on to their flowers, and you know what's gonna happen? The universe is not gonna give them their shit. Because this is a give and take this is a cause and effect universe. This is what I put out comes back to me. So you sitting there not giving people credit, you sitting there not showing people love that should be getting these flowers and love, and the same shit is gonna happen to you, because that's how the universal works. These are the universal laws, my friend. These are the universal laws. You show love, you get love. For the most part. A lot of times I found that the energy you put out comes back to you in a different way. So just because I give you your props and I say, I give you your flowers, doesn't mean that you specifically are going to give me my flowers. What I'm saying is that the energy of giving people their flowers who deserve it eventually will come back to you. And sometimes it comes back in ways that are unexpected. But the point is, why are you holding on to those flowers for? Someone can't smell their flowers when in the grave. Someone can't smell the flowers when they've been cremated. So you got someone right now in your life. Pick up your phone and text that person. Send them a paragraph today. I know somebody's listening to this and somebody inspired you that you have not reached out to in mad long. I know that. Reach out to that person. Why not? You're that big. Why are we waiting till these people are in hospitals? You know what I'm saying? So some of my influences, my greatest influences, obviously for me, my father, but my father's passed away. Luckily for me, I used to tell him this, all the time, and I am a physical personification of my father. I'm here right now. My mother has been like the greatest mother in all the multiverses. In the multiverse of madness, my mom comes out like Thanos. She kills it every time. So shout out to my mom. Not only my mom, my brother and my sister. My brother brought me into hip hop, and he is the reason I'm here now. My sister gave me all the confidence I need for several lifetimes, and so did my brother. So it's like, you got to give these people their flowers, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to my family, shout out to my children who inspire me, shout out to anyone, shout out to artists that are dope. I could name mad artists that are alive and well right now. Yo, shout out to the Coco brothers, Smith and Wesson. Shout out to the whole boot camp clique, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Fuji. You know what I'm saying? This list for me personally can go on and on and on. When I first came up, one of my favorite albums was Realms and Reality by the Cellar Dwellers. Like, I can keep going on and on and on. But these are things I'll be in these people's comments telling them. Like, everybody that I've just named, I've been in their comments telling them about this shit. So why would I wait? Why? You know what I'm saying? You got to give props. You got to give credit to the people that inspire us. Because in the end, this is a cause and effect universe. This is what I put out comes back. So one day you're going to be in a position that maybe you should be getting some props. Maybe you should be getting some flowers. But then the universe is going to say to you, did you give the flowers when you had them? Did you give them out? Or did you wait? Did you wait till my man is on life support and he can't even hear you? Give those props out, my people. Give those props out. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, we're gonna get into the song of the day. My name is Cymarshall. If you're enjoying the show, click subscribe, share it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna come back with Kool Kim out of UMCs. Matter of fact, we're gonna throw on One to Grow On, and then Kim's gonna come in like that. Kim, if you out there listening, I'm about to play the joint One to Grow On, and then just hop on and we're going to get into this interview. My name is Cymarshall, and all love, peace, love, and positive energy all day, every day. That's how we do. Let's go. Cymarshall. UMCs, Kool Kim. Yeah. Come on.
Still on the borderline is surely like this. Approaching of a UMC is purely hypeness.
A fact.
So I mention it again and again.
It's not necessary.
Those who comprehend my message very clearly, but not along the way of translucent. Throw your hands up for the man's up who sent invaders on my fruit basket to a casket, meaning done away.
See the flux run away.
So as a UMC, I ask myself, who could be the leaders, resembling the stars out of fall?
Well, it's you, Hodge G.
And as I find the coolness in me, at a whim, who would freeze blue cheese? Spin a 360 on a runway stop, and hear many more than just one set. UNIDRSAL.
Go on.
Cause we gave them all one thought to grow on.
Apprehend my method. My method is apparent. I see clearly this world's transparent. So I'll reach down deep. Deliver salvation to the hands of the weak, the meek, the mild. Then tame the wild. Cause that's how I'm styled, the wizard of rhyme. My symbol is AU, and layman's term goes, so watch me shine through. A new zoo review coming right at you, and you, Kim is coming through. I grow on because my strength is that of two. If rhymes are both, the beat must be my crew. A mental ingredients, all of which is alarming, not harming, better said disarming. Yes, I disarm ya, I neutralize your weaponry, to make it more appropriate to deal with me, and then I give you one to grow on.
I think that I can express it better to you if I sang it for you.
Grow on this when you're feeling kinda small. Grow on this to get through life more. Grow on this to have fun for the creators. Grew and grew, and when the time came, played the old flow short. Now awaken to the port of authority. You and I versus the majority is what we're looking at here. At the count of three, let's hit a UMC cheer.
On this to make your life seem great. Grow on this and take control of your fate. Grow on this until you finally understand. Grew and grew when other boys are you, man. Go sit beside the shoreline, think about your woes. Read the whips and waves, identify your foes. Then realize in this instance of existence, there's great resistance to the minds that mix this. Yes, I've made things known, but then again I'm on the down low. That's obvious because my methods show that I rule on three planes of reality. Universally, mystically, conceptually. And in due time, you may find that I'm living in the world of my design. And I give you one.
Some people the world tour. That's 360 if you didn't get me. Don't dibby with me. Trivialities don't trick me. My culture is my way of life. I live it like my life limitless. Light images, dark derivatives, synapses to synthesis.
No weapon formed against me can prosper, or rappers formed against me are imposters. I'm comedic in my energetic, the God's emphatic in my mathematic. Simply stated, I'm a rap addict. He's smart, he speak, he art. Combine those words, he speak heart. Thought provoking, words broken, reformed, rehabilitated, reborn. Ladies say that I'm a cute angle, like West Indian Archie. I got my numbers in the strangle, and I dare anybody to divide what I multiply to subtract from my add-on. I attack this last one, bring me back to the motherland. Reunite me with my father and my brother Ran. Watch what I could do without you trying to meddle and exploit. I'll appoint and anoint my own. Watch out, the little slave boy's full grown. No doubt, it's hard to reconcile, so I reckon I'll wreck a while. Reconnoiter rendezvous at the river Nile. Yeah, culture freedom, y'all. Culture is one's way of living, meaning one's language, wisdom, and customs, ways, and actions. Freedom is to have a free dome or to lack restraints. The original man's culture is Islam. Freedom, justice, and equality, which is peace. I'm talking 33. I'm talking third trimester, 33rd week. 33 vertebrae to let the human be. A science complete to build the 33rd degree. And yet he still can't understand the culture free. Beyond understanding, proceeding power and refinement. Divine alignment is silent, like silent weapons for silent wars. Cheap love from expensive whores. And the clause in the clause of a contract and criminal laws. With justice is just yours, and just us get to sell doors. Metal toilet, concrete floors. No grass, no soil, no seashores. Who got the heart to speak their art to it? Other than NYOIL, who dared to march through it and brought spring in his wake when he marched to it and made the whole ground shake like the earth was fluid. Let's go. Yeah, culture freedom, y'all. Yeah, shout out to the guy Culture Freedom for finding the beat. Shout out to Boom Baptist for making the beat. Shout out to Baby. You already? Yeah, how we do it. PEMG, NYOIL.
Yeah, my brother, Kool Kim. Yo, thank you for coming through to the show. Yo, give it up for Kool Kim, y'all.
Yo, what is up, y'all? Yes, Lord. I'm in the building, you heard?
Yo, big shout out to Kim, yo. Thank you for coming through, my brother.
Oh, man, anytime, man. You already know it's always a good, I always enjoy chopping it up with my boy, man, so it's all good.
Yes, sir. Yo, how you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good, man. Yesterday we did another collab lab session, all right? And we got another banger in the chamber, you heard? It's in the process. And so I'm excited, man. I'm having a great time, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm exhausted, but I'm having a great time. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know?
Yes, sir. So yeah, man, let's get into the interview.
Yeah. I
was thinking about how to start the interview, and I wanted to say, for those that don't know, of you, to speak your piece. And I was thinking, damn, Kim has been in the game for a while. Like, how many times has someone probably hit him with this question? Like, bruh, Google my shit. I'm Kool Kim. Like, stop it.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? You wanted to tell guys, like, yo, so just look me up. Like, why you ain't nothing on me? Like, nah, yeah, I guess, that's one of those things I just try to be humble to, fam, because, cats don't be, everybody don't know. You know what I'm saying? You just can't know. Everybody can't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, I think listen, I would prefer that people knew off the rip, like, could appreciate the depth of my experiences and the depth of my contributions to the culture.
Right.
But that's kind of cool for people to discover it too, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up as well, man. I'm with that.
Given that said, Kim, do you mind just telling the people who you are, what you're about, where you've come from, and what you represent?
What? Man, you should Google me. Yo, what up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood fly guy, Kool Kim from the rap group UMCs. You remember us from back in 1991. We had the hit single Blue Cheese, which went to #1 on the Billboard charts. And you actually see the album cover behind me, which hung on the wall of Martin Lawrence's house for the entirety of the Martin Lawrence show. You heard? Also, we had a second album called Unleashed. and that was dope too. It was critically panned because people didn't understand what it was about, but after like years had passed, it really aged well, and people started to really appreciate the depth of the lyricism and, you know, the storytelling in that album. Later in life, I would transform and become NYOIL, you know what I'm saying? You know, hip hop activist, you know, just, you know, the ultimate black liberating, you understand what I'm saying? And, you know, I just pretty much throwing some sunglasses, had my fro out, you know what I mean? Kept my identity hidden so I could tell that truth, and people wouldn't, you know, waste time, you know, trying to front because, oh, that's the kid from Blue Cheese, or how, you know, how he talking like that? That's UMC dude. Nah, that's just a black man saying what he got to say, and people, and it resonated, and that's how that was, man. So yeah, I got a lot of, like, I don't want to go on long and long. I could go on for hours about who I am, but suffice to say, I'm a hip hopper. I'm a hip hopper and a black activist who is trying his very best to personify everything that I believe that means. And that's my honest truth.
Dope. Very dope, brother. So I wanted to ask you, you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
What would you say are like the main differences in, say, the way you came up and had to earn your stripes versus the way cats got to earn their stripes today?
Yeah, man, it's a big difference, because if you think about it, my dude, you know, when I was coming up, man, you know, you had to put a demo tape, like a real tape, like a real cassette tape, you know?
Yeah, facts.
Live of Memorex, you heard? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you had 3 hit songs, or you had 3 singles. Like, you had 3 single Verby joints. Not an album cut. All 3 of the joints had to be good singles, you know?
Word up.
Yo, you remember, because you old enough to remember, you probably had to do this too, and you bet you got your tapes all copied. You know what I'm saying? Then you had to write down, like, the name of the person you sent it to, and the song titles and all that shit. You know, all these things that you did, like, there was a lot of work to even try to get noticed. There wasn't the internet. There weren't forums where you can build up, you know, the recognition of a fan base so that you can, you know, approach a record label and actually do business in a way of, listen, I've got, you know, 150,000 followers that love what I'm doing and are always reacting and that. What is that worth to you? You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, it wasn't like that now. And I honestly believe that without the context that I have personally, it's not like that even for young people today, because, you know, when you grow up in a condition, you're actually unaware of the condition you grow up in.
Right.
So young hip hoppers is really not cognizant of the fact that the opportunities are so easy for them. It's just the way it is.
Right.
You know, for us, we remember the analog world. You know what I'm saying? We remember having to put your demo tape in the mail. You know
Word up.
And then wait a week and then just start beating the phone up, calling up the A&Rs and things. You know, like totally, you know, we remember having to do 5 million shows. You know what I'm saying? Before you even got a big one, like you just did a bunch of shows, showcases, open mics, anywhere that you could, you know, like to earn your stripes, you know?
Right.
Like UMCs, man, we're just as much a Staten Island group in truth. We're just as much a group that's the first group from out of Staten Island as we are a group from out of Uptown, because we performed every Wednesday for a year and a half in 1 West 125th Street, Uptown Harlem. You heard? We could just as soon claim the Bronx, because we spent mad time with Tony Rasan and D Nice up in the Bronx with my dude Scott. Not Scott LaRock, but Manager Mo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, my dude, you know what I'm saying? So Mo, word, you know, and them up in the Bronx with KRS-One and all of that. You could claim Long Island with my brother Tyrone White and PE, Kings of Pressure, you know what I'm saying? Son of Berserk, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, we can claim any number of places, because our experiences and the time we spent in them places trying to earn our stripes was significant.
So let me ask you this. I kind of heard you say it the other day, and when me and you were talking, you had mentioned you had went to grade school of meth, so you've been in Staten Island.
Yeah.
But speak kind of on, I'm skipping around because I had this question later, but you kind of brought it up. Speak on, you know, being would you say the first group out of Staten Island or one of the first groups out of Staten Island? Like people need to know.
Yeah,
so
no, people need to know that we are the first group out of Staten Island.
See?
And now let's be clear though, because what's right and right is what's fair. We can't mischaracterize what that means. You know what I'm saying? So
speak on it.
We have the group, the Force MCs or the Force MDs.
Uh-huh.
The Force MDs was a singing group. They came out in the doo-wop era, damn near. You understand? They right at the end of it. So this is a singing group. Jesse
wait. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are we talking about the brothers who was in House Party, or am I tripping? That's somebody else.
No, you're thinking of Full Force.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Yeah, you're thinking of Full Force. Force MDs is Tender Love.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Force MDs. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is an R&B group, but this is a group of talented dudes that could do it all. So when they was first coming out, they was calling themselves the Force MCs, and they would go out and battle cast and the whole shit. They was representing Staten Island, out in Bronx, everywhere, man. Battle Cold Crush, all that, man, victoriously too. So they are the first to represent Staten Island on a citywide scale at any level. Okay. However, when they did come out with a record, they came out as the Force MDs, and that was their as an R&B group. So we can't call them the first hip hop group because they don't rhyme. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But UMCs is the first hip hop group from Staten Island.
UMCs
is the first time that you hear Wu-Tang Clan. You hear it from the UMCs.
Word? Dope.
Yep.
Dope. That is a hell of a piece of history. See, that's why I wanted to call today's show Give Flowers, because I don't feel like enough people know that. And
right. A lot of people don't realize, you know what I'm saying, about like I'm gonna we're gonna try to get as much of it in there, because a lot of people don't realize, like, check it out, we're talking about thing like this is like, hold on, this is it right here. Well, you might can't hear it.
That sounds kind of crazy. No. Let me play it from this side. What?
It's in the first 19 seconds. Anywhere the wind blows.
Anywhere the wind blows. Can I find it on YouTube?
Yes, you definitely can. Anywhere the wind blows. No, anyway the wind blows.
Let's see. And should I put UMCs as the
Yeah, that'd probably be helpful. The UMCs. Any way the wind blows.
Got it. Let me play this joint right quick.
Yeah. Let's do the knowledge real quick.
Let's see.
Well, it came to my attention. Many had slept on the U.
Even so, show them that you kept on and grew.
Yeah, I did. This is from a flower, yes, a master. Wu-Tang blower on the board. You pass the microphone to the UMC posse and leave me with no other choice. So I throw it for the...
We all heard it. We heard it.
So now that's the first time you're hearing Wu-Tang. Now, let me tell you, as you know, from when we were doing a collab lab session last Thursday, which was absolutely dope. Shout out to DLP, the producer. And shout out to all the Cymarshall Laws fans, man. They was out there showing love. Be like, damn, you heard? What I was saying is that, like, a lot of people don't really realize like that we was the first doing that stuff and bigging things up, because in them days, like I was telling you, I went to school with Meth. Like that's my, that's my man's, stuff like that's my dude. We cool. And word. You know what I'm saying? We used to play trumpet. You know what I'm saying? Word. We used to play trumpet in the band together. Yeah. And what I remember about Son is that he was always he was the same sort of ham that I am, like a showboat ham, not a jerk though, but just want to show off, want to show that he's talented. When and you can see it even when they first did that first little Wu-Tang thing that they was in the documentary. I think it was one of them shows. It was like a movie that came out. Yeah. It was like a documentary they was in, and they had this scene where you see them like getting that meth, saying he always talking, and it's like, nah, it's not that he's always talking. His son is a star, and so he can't help but. That's his job to be that, because he's always been that in that group.
Right.
What I'm saying? So we had we had respect for him, like OG Capadonna, who was the last member of Wu-Tang. He's really the first. So what most people don't realize is Capadonna is really the heart of Wu-Tang. He's the one that's the real dope MC. Like all of them have to bow down. He was Staten Island's Slick Rick. That's what Capadonna was. You know what I'm saying? At that time, he used to go by the name OG, Original God.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Meth used to go by the name Shaquan. That's his God by name. Shaquan God Allah. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Capadonna's Original God Allah. And all right. So did you see the movie?
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
You remember the scene where they go to the club to get into that contest? And then there's this crew from Brooklyn, just doing they they chanting and kind of doing like a Jamaican hip hop.
Yeah, thing. I remember.
Okay. That scene is a loosely interpreted scene of a night that I was actually at.
Oh, word?
It was at a club called Club Villa. All right. I actually met my wife there, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's a place called Club Villa. At the time, so you remember the drug dealer that was with the dread? That dude is a loose interpretation of this brother named Dusty. Rest in peace. You heard? So Dusty was, was a Jamaican brother, the Caribbean brother, the better said. That he came up, and at that time, that was when there was a surge of Caribbean immigration into America. So a lot of brothers from the UK, shout out to my dude Kevin Grant that I grew up with. I remember when he came, his family came from the UK to America, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, there was a lot of that energy going on.
Right.
And I'm about to lose train of thought. And so Dusty was among that. So that was back when there was a mechanic. Everybody that you knew from the islands was a mechanic. You was everybody from the islands is a mechanic. Cause everybody came from the islands with mechanical skills somehow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Open up in Staten Island. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so Bumpy was amongst that group of people, I believe, a little earlier than when it was obvious. And he managed to establish himself as a huge, figure in the narcotics side of the game. You heard? And he used to throw those events. You know what I'm saying? He used to throw the contests and the things at not the Wave. What I do? I can't name it. I just slipped my mind the name of the club. But yeah, so he used to do that. So I actually was in that contest.
Okay. Oh, word?
Yes, I'm that in that contest. I was in it. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, I was this short of getting booed off the stage.
I was about to say, did you body the situation and then you tell me you getting booed?
I didn't body the situation. At that point, I wasn't I didn't have no crew, I didn't have no nothing. It was just me, and so I didn't have nobody to bounce nothing off for real. You need somebody to bounce stuff off. Trying to be nah, son, I ain't hitting, whatever. So I came with this whole Staten Island unity rhyme. People, please pick up the photograph, turn on the tuner. It's time to take a stand for the island that we call violent. It's time to make it.
And they wasn't having it. They just wasn't having it. I'm glad they ain't put that shit in the documentary.
Me too, you heard? But if you notice in that documentary, there's a complete omission of anybody from Staten Island. You would think that there's literally no other rappers on Staten Island than Wu-Tang.
Right.
And they even go as far as in the beginning of that movie, they was they got Cypress Hill playing. UMCs comes out before Cypress Hill. You understand? Right. In fact, he was promoting that album because it was crazy when we was on tour with D Nice. Because I love that. That's all I would listen to, that Cypress Hill album.
Right.
I'm y'all totally try to ignore or erase our presence on Staten Island because we was one of those groups that wasn't expected to come out.
Right.
We didn't know seen it coming. We wasn't with that crew like that. You understand? So when we came out of nowhere on people, a lot of people was jealous and angry, man. They didn't understand. Where y'all coming from? Y'all gonna come out of nowhere and snatch first place? How, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that.
And then what ended up happening, man, is there was this very low-key campaign to make us look like we was like clowns and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't claiming to be from Staten Island and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that made it sad. Like, you know, when you think about it, like, damn, son, really, man? Like, you know, yo, you got, like, I know you got, like, you know what I'm saying? I know some, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know, Meth, you my man. It's like, what's the deal, Raheem? Like, yo, son, I know you from back with Forrest and shit when you was rhyming with the God A. Sham when you used to just DJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're like, yo, like, all right, I don't know Ray, I don't know Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
I recently seen something like yesterday, and Raekwon came out and said something a lot of people don't know is that Wu-Tang was influenced by a lot of cats from Jersey back then. You being right there when shit was going on, do you remember anything like that? Like any Jersey cats being around?
Nah, I think that nigga was just saying that to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, you got to keep in mind that a lot of them move cats, most of they traveling outside of New York, I mean, outside of Staten Island, was maybe to go uptown to hustle, you know, to get that hustle, you know, the re-up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you know, whatever they might have, you know what I'm saying, they, you know, whoever they knew, whoever their cousins was, but like I'm a part of the party scene. Like I'm part of like I was the one of the yo, we get live, we have fun, we on the 10 o'clock boat. That's, you know, if you say the 10 o'clock boat to someone from Staten Island, that's, you will know if they live or not, if they, how they react. If I say, yo, I'm on the 10 o'clock boat, and somebody be like, yo, I'm on the 10 o'clock boat.
Right.
That's a live one. If they be like 10 o'clock boat, what do you mean? You know that person not live. So
Right
if
up.
you was on the 10 o'clock boat, that means you was on your way to Sound Factory, the Tunnel, Red Zone, you know what I'm saying? Like Limelight, whatever was popping, Wild Pitch parties, like whatever was popping, you was there. So
Right.
I was one of them people. I was a dancer. I used to choreograph for Queen Latifah. You know what I'm saying?
Word? The
Yeah,
flavor
yeah,
unit?
yeah. If you look at that that video, "Coming to My House," the house song.
Yeah,
Queen
I
Latifah
know what you mean. Come into my house.
Yeah, I'm in that video. You know what I'm saying?
Word?
You see
Okay.
outside bed. Yeah, that and Miss Melody. Remember Miss Melody?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For
Rest
sure.
in peace to that queen. I love. Let me say this, man. Every opportunity I get to say something good about Miss Melody, I try to take it because, yo, son, I went to that video shoot. I knew this fashion designer hooked me up with the opportunity. I went to the video shoot wearing his outfit. You know what I'm saying? The rep. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And yo, that's where I first met D Nice, Carriage, when all of them, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, briefly, but I was just an extra dancer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Choreography. And yo, at the end of the video shoot, like I was like one of the last people there. You know what I mean? We was like in the pier in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? The Brooklyn Pier Yards. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, so yo, son, let me tell you, yo, she had a limousine driver come pick me up. You know, she put me in a limousine with her, where they drove me to Staten Island, drove me home, kid. Like, yo, word is bond. Like, and I was an extra in that video, man. Like, but yo, I want to say, like, you know, Miss Melody may not be remembered as a dope MC or dope lyricist and none of that. And you know, respectfully, she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But at them times, she still was somebody to be respected. But I want to say, man, I think that the world should know, if you've ever heard of Miss Melody, man, say her name. You know what I'm saying? Show her love and respect, because this is a beautiful, beautiful woman, man. She was a truly gracious, kind person in the little bit of time that I got to know her. And in this industry, you know, sir, in this industry, it's very rare when people are so kind and gracious and do things like how mama taught them to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like the things that they supposed to do is rare. So I want to
shout out to Miss Melody, Miss Melody, Miss Melody, Melody. So yo, I have two different questions for you. They're kind of the same question, and you might answer the question by the first question. I just ask it. So I want to get into Martin. Like, what was the whole thing? Like, how did you know? I just have mad questions about Martin. You know, Martin is like an icon.
Yeah.
But how did that, like, just speak on it? How did Martin?
Right?
Yeah, speak on it all.
I'm gonna hate to disappoint you because there's not much to the story, bro. All right, so
speak on it.
At the time, right, we were on 40th Street, 40th Street Black Management, Tony Rasan and D Nice, and they had it merged with Flavor Unit Management, which was Shakim and Queen Latifah. And at the time, so as a result, that brought with 40th Street Black Management merging with Flavor Unit, That brought the UMCs over, that brought Organized Confusion over, and that brought the Fushnikins over. And that also brought, I want to say it also brought the Bush Baby, because Khalil, one of the Bush Baby, he was actually an intern at Tony Rasan's management thing. So I met Khalil before he came out, you know what I'm saying? In fact, I also met Buckshot before he came out. Him and EPD used to call me up like almost like religiously, like they would call me all the time and be asking me all these questions. And I didn't know where I knew something from. I was like, yo, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't put, and I remember when he was like, yo, we got the name together, man. What's the name? What's the name of the group? He was like, Black Moon. I was like, Black Moon? I don't know, son. That name sounded, I don't know. That don't sound too good as a name. Right. Yo, they didn't listen to my full self, because that's one of the hardest groups, the hardest names ever. But yeah, worked out for them. Yeah. So that's I forgot what the original question I was asked. Oh, wait, what was the original question? Martin. Like, how did you get in contact with Martin and all that? Yeah. So when they merged, yo, almost right on the heels of that, almost to like co-sign that this merge was good. Shakim's the secretary was assistant. I think her name was Mona. She calls up like, yo, you know Martin Lawrence from Def Comedy Jam? I'm like, yeah, no doubt. Yeah. It was like, yeah, he got a show coming out and they want to use your poster in the show. They want to get your permission to use the poster. I was like, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And that was that, right? And then months later, digga-dooka, Martin Lawrence, he's like, oh, that. And next thing you know, I look up and on the screen is this poster. I'm like, yo, it's right by the front door. So I'm like, the UMC poster is right there. Every time somebody comes in, they see my group. Yeah. Like, yo, this is it. Jackpot is on now. You can't tell me nothing. Nothing. Top, right side. Not a damn thing came of it. Oh man. Now, and the sad thing is like, yo, even the Fushnikins was actually booked to come on the show, but something happened and it didn't go through because of a problem. But like UMCs, right, have had this problem where, yo, I think the positive aspect of us, right, made people think that they could try to play us. Or like we might have been soft, or we might have been like, and a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a couple of people end up in a bad position, like playing with us like that. Like, it's well, we're really, that's not, we met, you know what I'm saying? Like, we survivors, kid, like, what you think you're gonna do, you know what I mean? Right. But, and when I look at you, my man, like, it's just a real thing. I really think about what we talked about a couple weeks back, man, about, that bill that I had on Lord Jamal and not respecting my name properly, you know what I'm saying? And what we discussed about that, and I worry for you, my dude. You know what I mean? So allow me to say what I'm gonna say next, man, and just put it in your bank account of your mental bank. So when the day comes that you need to call upon this information, that it's available to you. Okay. Okay. All ears. You've picked, what do you say? Freedom is a road, is a path seldom traveled by the multitude. Positivity, consciousness, love, respect, honor. Those are things that are seldom traveled by the multitude as well. You understand? And there are also things that the multitude has been led to believe fall out of the sky for them. And so they're foolishly believing that your positivity, that love that you're giving every morning that you do this show, look at you go, you just scroll through the topics. Look at the topics of the show, bro. Motivation, how to stay focused, taking care of yourself, self-love, all these kind of like beautiful, what? I just went out to the door to come to the studio, to come to the venture. My wife is like, Cymarshall, I got a show at 6 a.m. Who's up? I said, yo, this brother's building. Like he giving jewels. Whoever's watching is eating. Like that's breakfast for everybody watching. He giving everybody good morning. He breaking them from their fast, literally break fast. fam, it's gonna be lonely, son. You heard? And people think that the positive way is the default, and we know that it's not. People are not positive by default. People are negative by default. You understand? And you should be cherished for that. People should say, Cymarshall, you're dope, my dude. You're brave. Because you know how to make a pop record. You know how to go and do that. You know how to make you could put the formula together. You're a lyricist. You're a genius. How could you not? You could put a record out right now. You got a baby face. You could put a record out right now and have it, and then you could throw the little, you know what I'm saying, little reggae twist in that joint too and take it to a whole nother reality. You could do that if you want, if you chose to soul your soul and your integrity. And yet every day, man, you faithfully come on here and you spread love, man. And there's going to be a point, if you haven't already reached it, where you're going to be so heartbroken because people just don't get it. They don't appreciate it sometimes, you know what I mean? But yo, stand fast, my dude, because there's a bigger thing going on around you that's glowing, and this is not no hocus pocus talk. But so the universe, whatever your belief system is, that thing that you look to the center, it's looking back at you, my dude. It sees what you do. And you know them hard times you went through where there was no way out of this shit. You didn't know how you was going to get through it, but somehow you got through it because you got that protective hedge over you. The one that says, yo, my dude, you do the good works in this world, and I will always protect you. And I believe that of you, my dude. So even if your heart is broken by the reality of the work that you do, son, don't you ever give up on it, man, because what you're doing is you're feeding people, you're enriching us, and you're a brave man to take the one opportunity to do this great thing that you have and to give it to the people with your love in your heart, my dude. I'm very proud of you, my dude, and I wish you every success. You heard? Don't ever let this shake you. You heard? Keep doing what you do.
Thank you. That means more than you know, man.
Nah, no. Listen. No, it means more than you know. You understand? Because there's a verse that I have something to the effect of, you know, I try to hear my words so your life don't be filled with sorrow. My today is your your today is my yesterday, and my yesterday is your tomorrow. You heard? I can't change the bad things that happen to me, bro, but I may be able to change them that happen to you. And if I can do that, if I could do that for my son, if I could do that for my daughter, if I could do that for my friends, if I can change what happens to y'all, then I win. They don't win. If I can't change it, if I let them beat me by not standing in the gap, by not trying to enrich your life, by not saying, yo, let me encourage side. Because I remember how it was when I was the UMCs and I didn't know anybody cared about what we were doing. I didn't know anybody loved what we was doing. And then, you know, now I'm going to be 50 years old in like 2 weeks. You heard? And I get to hear all these stories. Yo, son, what I was doing, dude, what? 13? Yo, God, you don't even know, son, that was everything. I was talking to Souls of Mischief. They telling me how, son, you don't even know. And I'm like, yo, you're right. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to know, bro. The best things you're going to hear about yourself, you're not going to hear. You heard?
Yo, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. We gotta lift up positivity, man. Like, we gotta make that concerted effort. A lot of cats made a concerted effort to embrace the darkness over the years. We gotta make an actual effort to embrace love and light. Like, we gotta be like Siri, like, yo, what's up, man? Like, yo, like on some thug business, like, yo, my man is putting in that work. Who's talking about? Show him love. You feel me?
Yo, with that said, has there ever been someone that completely unexpected that came out the blue and showed you love that you can think of?
Like, everybody that does it. But I'll give you an example. Completely unexpected. Sir Mix-a-Lot just recently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll give you another example, another bugged out example. Ice Cube.
Word? Okay.
You know,
Shout
Ice
out
Cube
to O'Shea.
years ago. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. But I remember one time Ice Cube was up in the new, man. You know what I'm saying? They're like the new music seminar, one of them type of things. We was at the club, and Cube saw me. You know what I'm saying? Immediately recognized me, and here come Cube doing this. I don't love you. Like, yo, like, yo, I'm like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit would bug me out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then one of my most beautiful version of one of those moments was with Q-Tip. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
One day, right? So it was the new, it was the Jack the Rapper convention in Atlanta back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Huge convention, radio, convention, any music conventions, everything. And we all hanging out. Like somehow or another, it was me. I forget, and one of my peoples, like one of my dancers or something at the time. It was AMG. Bitch better have my money. Ain't nothing like that. So AMG was there. Q-Tip. I want to say Jerome and I want to say Fife was there. I want to say those three was there, but I know Q-Tip was there. Not Lord Jamal. No, Lord Jamal was there, I believe, and so was Sadat X.
Okay.
And a couple other cats. I want to say one of the Lords of the Underground was there too. Like it was a bunch of everybody that was dope at that time, right?
Yeah.
But it would be like one or two from each group. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be the whole group. Whoever was there, whatever group represented was just one or two of that member, right? So we're walking down Peachtree Street, in Atlanta, which every street is Peachtree Street in Atlanta, right? So we're walking down Peachtree Street, and this dude pull up in one of them donks, you know what I mean? One of them old school Cadillacs with the big tires, the candy thing.
Yeah.
But he pull up in one of them joints, low riders, like, hey. He pull up, he put all his foot over there, like, hey, yo, boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, who y'all there? And then and Q-Tip turned to say, he said, who y'all rap group? He said, nah, we're rap groups. He's like, yo, you got Lords of the Underground, Brand Nubians. I'm with the Tribe Called Quest, UMCs right here, Fool Snickers. Did he just say UMCs? Wait, son, hold on, bro. Son, hold my beer, son. Did you just say we got the UMCs? He knows my group name. He knows me.
Yeah.
This is the same dude that, son. I remember when you heard the Jungle Brothers album. Oh yes, that's the Q-Tip. I know black is black is black is black.
Yeah.
Like I know Q-Tip, son. And I'm not no fanfare dude because I personally think I gotta rhyme everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not fanfare minded. You know how that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I'm not a fan of shit, but I know when I'm hearing something dope and I'm like, yo, this dude's dope. I love his shit, but I'm not a fan. But that shit was big, son.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Jungle Brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's in the way of like, I love Jungle Brothers. I think, like you see, I say you're brave for what you're doing. I think Jungle Brothers is a similar group.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jungle Brothers, think about what they did. All of what we're doing right now, Jungle Brothers did it first.
Right. Yeah, facts. Facts on facts.
All that black talk, all that positivity, they were the first to do that. Really step out and be black. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like just unapologetically Afrocentric, and so Q-Tip was introduced from that group. And like I said, you walking down the street and Baby Boy calling you and like, yo, he's on the spur of the moment. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like he had the time to think it through or son, and that was a big deal. That, and I mean, I got a lot of them, man. I got a lot of them because like I kind of lived this experience like an outsider. So I never really knew that people knew me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I went into a club one time. I'm seldom seen. So I went into a club one time, man, you know what I'm saying, for a performance or whatever. I wasn't performing, I just was on a scene. And I went into the VIP room on a humble because I generally don't even try to get into that kind of stuff because, there's always somebody going to try to play you. So I don't even bother.
Right.
I'm like, good, I'm a party into myself. But I went in. And when I went in, you see Premier, who is the person that actually got assigned to Wild Pitch. Well, a lot of people don't know. But Premier turns and sees me. And I want to say somebody else turned and see me. And the whole room is like, oh, shit. You shit. Oh, God. Yo, NYOIL, stop playing with me, God. Yo, oil. All right, God. And I'm like, yo, you know who I am? Like, yo, what's up? Like, what? Why don't you be taking
my calls? Oh, my days.
I'll be your friend too. Like, y'all know what I'm doing. Can I come on tour? Can I do this show, collab or something, please?
Yeah. Damn, man. Damn. That's why people need to give the flowers. Like, what you holding on to them shits for?
Right, man. Like, but what it is that we think that it's never gonna happen. And like I said, we have this tendency to believe that good is the default. And because of that, man, we really take the good things in our life for granted, man. So, we moving like it's sweet. Like it's gonna always be there. Like friendships is always gonna be there. Family is always gonna be there. While we was doing the first collab lab.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right before, like, all right, so we doing the first collab lab. In the beginning, the little intro thing that we did when we was doing the clips on Instagram, there's a clip of me walking out of my house to go greet my boy Stealth, who was the first collaborator with Collab Lab. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
My wife is filming that. Not 20 minutes later, you heard, she leaves out while we sitting up to start working on the collab. 10 minutes after that, I get a call from my daughter talking about, Dad, I need you to come get us. We've just been in a car accident. You understand? They get in a terrible car accident. They survive it. You heard? They're beat up, bruised up, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Neck braces, back braces, all this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Life is different now. That happens. You didn't wake up in that morning expecting that kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that. You don't see none of that happening. You know what I mean? And yet, life is so fleeting.
Right.
So it really is important, man, for cats to take, the good things that they have in their lives, and really squeeze it so every drop come out of it, family, because when it's gone, it's gone.
Right. That is a jewel, brother. That is a jewel. That is a jewel. That is a jewel. I kind of want to pause on that great moment. I want that what you just said to resonate with people. I had a few more questions, but we had a great conversation. I kind of want to I come to a part of the interview where I have easy questions, and you're one of my favorite interviews because your stories are so colorful and vibrant, and I'm learning a lot, so it's super dope. But I want some easy shit, so you can give either one question answers here, or you can go on for a long time. But these are supposed to be.
We'll do a lightning round.
All right, here we go. You ready? Jordan or LeBron?
Magic Johnson.
Night or day?
Day.
Martin or Fresh Prince?
Martin.
Favorite book?
Ogre. A Xanth publication, a Xanth novel. It's this fantasy, kind of like Harry Potter-ish type of vibes, long before Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? And it was just series, and one of them was called Ogre, and I picked it up, and it turned me on to reading on a whole nother level. I ended up buying a whole series of books, and it just changed my whole everything, in terms of seeing that. I could say the biography of Malcolm X or the Black Men in the Nile and His Family by Dr. Ben-Yo Conanan. I could say, The Secret Science by James Richards, or, Think and Grow Rich, even for that matter, you know what I mean? But truthfully, I think that Ogre, that little fantasy novel, I couldn't even tell you if that's even the right title, but that fantasy novel, man, just opened the world to me. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great answer. I'm going to look for that one. Favorite movie?
All right. Well, so here's the thing. I don't believe in favorites as a general rule. I know that's bug, right? I don't believe in the concept of favorite because there's nothing that's favorite to me. You know what I'm saying? I might like it a lot that day, or it might be my favorite that day, but it's not, nothing's my favorite. But favorite movie would be 1948 Cyrano de Bergerac. The lead character is played by the same man, Caesar. What's his name? I can't remember. But this brother, he also played the Joker in the old time Batman joint, the old Adam West Batman. So the man that plays Caesar Romero, something like that. But that man that played the Joker played the Cyrano de Bergerac. And in that movie, man, my brother, whose birthday was just 2 days ago, he opened my eyes to dialogue. Like, these are the things that make me an MC. So if you notice in my rhymes, like anything that you hear me write, every word, there's no wasted phrases. Like I don't do fluff words. Like, you know, kaboom, zap, zippity-doo. I got a rap and it's so brand new. Like I don't do that. Like I try to make poignant statements. Yo, check this shit out, right? 1948 Cyrano de Bergerac, the balcony scene. All right, boom. Cyrano creeps up on like, so now if you know the story of Cyrano de Bergerac, he was an unsightly dude. He had this really long nose, Pinocchio style, you know what I'm saying? So he was deformed. But the dude was an amazing fighter, brilliant linguist, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a poet, a scholar, everything great about a man except for this long, unsightly nose. He was in love with his cousin, Roxanne, you understand? So he wanted to woo Roxanne, but she didn't find him attractive. She loved him, but she didn't find him attractive. He found his man's attractive, but his man wasn't about nothing. So his man was like, yo, you know, he didn't know that Cyrano was in love with Shorty. So he's like, yo, fam, I need your help. You gotta help me. So anytime you watch a sitcom and they have this scene where like the main character's like talking to a girl up on in a window or a terrace, and then his man is in the bushes feeding them lines. That's called the Cyrano de Bergerac trope. That comes from that. Like every sitcom does that at some point. It's from Cyrano de Bergerac. That's where that is an homage. So that scene, the original scene, right? There's this point when now Cyrano, like he's in the shadows, and Roxanne like, yo, come out from the shadows, let me see you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he like, he pulls man's in, and Cyrano step out, right? And so she can't see him. She can only hear his voice. So now he's about to lay it down with all his heart. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I know, my darling. He's like, let me stand in the light, for the darkness makes a cloak over both of us, one and all. You need no eyes to hear my heart, or let it be as if it's the first time that you're hearing me speaking, for I think that it is. And that is love. He said, love. He says, yes, I love thee beyond breath, beyond reason, beyond love's own power loving. Your name is like a golden bell hung heavy in my heart, and when I think of you, I tremble, and the bell swings and rings. Roxanne, and through my veins, Roxanne, and yes, that is love, a wind of sweeping madness. This is what this dude is selling us. Right. And I listen to this side, and I'm listening to the art of the English language. Right. That's love so dope. Beyond reason, beyond love's own power of loving. Do you understand that pimping in that? Wow, you my brother pointed it out to me, and yo, Sai, that was the catalyst to what would make me the MC I am now. To try to reach that height of eloquence in my words.
You know what? That's so dope that you told that story, because that gave me an answer to my question that I did not ask. I was going to ask about UMCs being undisputed masters of charisma. But you just telling that story, I can see the whole idea of why you thought UMCs was such a dope name. Because,
but I'm gonna tell you, UMCs was originally Universal Stepping Strong. Okay, that's you see how old school we are when you got them kind of stupid names. But we had is that Universal Stepping Strong in the building. You know what I'm saying? But UMCs, it was a bigger group. It was me, Haas, my man Will, EMD. And my man Yakeem Brown, you know what I'm saying? He's now really a celebrated DJ and artist, Akile Art. And Will's wife is running for council in Staten Island. Shouts to him and her. We were a bigger group called Universal Stepping Strong, but we got signed to Rough Luxury Records. And the suggestion was made that we split, because Will was he wanted to be the front man, and it's like, nah, so you're not gonna be no front man while I'm around, because I'm born for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not like the ego thing. It's like, like in your crew, you're the guy that does, like, I'm the show guy. Like, I'm the show guy. You know what I mean? Like, you might be nice and like that, y'all might be interested in it, but y'all know I'm the dude that's what I do. Like I'm the ham of the crew. I'm the cat that's gonna get the attention for us. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that's gonna come in and shake it up and rock the party and make people put their eyes on us. Y'all could do whatever y'all gotta do after that, but let me do my job. You know what I'm saying? That was what I was doing. I was like, saying that, this ain't gonna work. So we split up. And Yakeem and Will became Stepping Strong, and me and Haas became the Universal MCs. So originally it was the Universal MCs, not Undisputed Masters of Charisma.
So
let me just say that what happens is when you start getting into as we grow, right? And as we doing shows, all them shows I was telling you we was doing, you refining your craft, finding what you're doing. So we had started to take and do this chant, like, with the whole, Undisputed Master of Charisma. Hey, UMC, understand the many concepts. Hey, UMC, unleash my culture. Hey, UMC. And as you see, the usage may change.
Bars.
UMC.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yo, so let me ask you, is there ever a possibility of another UMC's album? Like, what's good with Haas G? I think a lot of people don't know all the shit he's produced, if you want to speak on that. And if there's just a possibility of y'all coming back together to make a new joint.
Yes, is what I would like to say. But the truth is probably not. You understand? Let me first pick up my dude Haas G. You know what I'm saying? Amazing producer. Responsible for the majority of production on both our two albums, alongside RNS, who is just as responsible for the Fruits of Nature album as anybody. In fact, probably more so. I want to just take a moment to give a shout out to RNS. There's a scene in that damn Wu-Tang movie, and I don't talk about it kindly because of this scene. I found it very offensive. There's a scene where there's this moment where you see this producer in the window talking about Wu-Tang, and you're like, man, he's doing some kung fu shit. Ain't nobody gonna do that. That's supposed to be RNS. RNS is the mecca of production on Staten Island. Okay, RNS is the entire Staten Island sound. Shaolin, you talk about Wu-Tang, RZA, all that, mathematical. That is all of that belongs to RNS, Rock Nonstop. RNS is one of the greatest producers. Y'all talk about Jay Dillon, all that, respect to them. But do not deny this dude RNS. He's a genius. And I'm gonna tell you that, let me show you how real it is. I don't even think me and him get along. And I'm here to tell you that dude is brilliant. And he deserves his respect. Because all that, you love Wu-Tang, you love that sound, and you love RNS. Because it's him. You understand? And he need to, and I hate that he's not giving his due. Like, that's not fair. You understand? Like, it's not fair. Like, it's one thing if you dope, but you never got on, you never did nothing, and then you ain't getting no shine. It's like, all right, well, that's kind of, it's kind of par for the course, unfortunately. Right. It's another thing when you really did do that. Like, you did that. You earned it. You did it. So why like you didn't do it? Why be acting like you wasn't influenced by it? Right. Like, that's not cool, man. I really don't like that. You know what I mean? It's not fair. But RNS is dope. So with that being said, Haas, of course, meticulous, brilliant producer, bro. I'm talking about, I hated going to the studio side. I hated it. Like, to this day, I don't enjoy the studio so much because, they're there. There's an hour and a half just devoted to listening to the same kick drum. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on, let me wait, adjust it a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. No, all right, bring down the treble. Boom, 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 boom. No, all right, bring it back up a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, Sonny, I don't even hear it. There's no difference. Stop it. There's no difference. It's the same freaking drum. Stop it. All day. And so they're brilliant. And so he's done some amazing work like Magic Stick with 50 Cent. And Little Kim, he's done Take It Off for Busta Rhymes. He did Apollo Kid for Ghostface Killer, and loads of other joints that you just don't even realize. He's got a new joint he did for Mikey D, the real Mikey D from Main Source. You know what I'm saying? So loads of great work that he's done. His younger brother, Buchu, is called by Boo Bundy. Is a brilliant producer, and he actually did all of the tracks from my latest project called Demo Music, which is available on my webpage, Kool Kim, UMC.com. So check that out. But in terms of new UMC project, I doubt it, my dude. I don't see it.
Well, still shout out to RNS and shout out to Haas G.
Yeah. You know, I will say this. If the opportunity presented itself to do a UMC album and it was the vibes was right and everything was positive, I would say this and let it be known that I would definitely do a new UMC album for the sake of every one of the fans that ever loved us, for every one of those unique individuals that heard UMCs, heard Blue Cheese, wanted to grow on Kids of Never Neverland, and it resonated with them, and y'all felt like you weren't alone anymore, like somebody else was out here like you, that you did belong to something, and it was cool, that you were part of that new way of being, and it meant, you went to school and y'all danced out shit, like you had your little crew, and that crew was inspired by UMCs. I would do an album for y'all, man, because just as much as I love them 17-year-old kids, them 18-year-old kids that, like 17, that met on the Statue of Liberty, you heard, working at the Statue of Liberty and changed the entire reality for themselves, man. I love those kids. And I love the fans of those kids, man, because y'all got us. And if I could ever do anything to bring joy to y'all, I would.
Word. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Very, very, very dope. So last quick question. Hindsight or insight?
Insight, man. Insight.
So,
it's like torture, yo.
I feel that. So, yo, Kim, this has been one of my favorite interviews I've had. I hope for anyone who joined late, you go all the way back to minute 0 and listen to this whole interview. It's been super insightful. It was like a reading of autobiography. And autobiographies are my favorite. So, yo, Kim, is there any last words, anything you want to say to people? You want to big up Collab Lab or anything you got coming up? Your website, your at, just tell the people what it is. Nah?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, once again, man, ladies and gentlemen, big up to everybody out there. It's your friendly neighborhood fly guy, Kool Kim, representing the group UMCs, and also myself is NYOIL Ideal. Man, I would really love if y'all kept up with your boy, man. I'm trying to do some real fun stuff in hip hop right now. We're doing this event called a workshop called Collab Lab, and it features one of the tracks right now. It has my great brother Cymarshall on it. I had such a great time doing it. I mean, from the lead up, man, just getting to know you and vibing and all of that, to actually doing this song has just been nothing but fun, man. This has been a great, enriching experience, and this is what I'm trying to provide for hip hop. Collab Lab is basically me being willing to do free collaborations with anybody that steps up, man. And, we're going to have a good time. We're recruiting different producers. We got DJ Johnny Juice doing the cuts on the first cut that we did. This is the same dude that did all the cuts for Public Enemy. Like, are you serious? Oh! You know what I'm saying? We got, matter of fact, Kid and Plays producer, DJ, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say too much, but me and him are having a nice conversation about him helping out too, DJ Wiz. And, of course, Sir Mix-a-Lot is like, he's loving what he's seeing. Souls of Mischief are loving what they seeing. They getting involved. Yo, I just spoke to my man Digo D last night. Digo gonna come down to the A, you know what I'm saying? He gonna come right down on Collab Lab. I was speaking to Casual as well. And, I got a lot of great. Mikey D's gonna be on there. A Plus, Tajay. I got some fun guys. What I'm chasing after right now. You know who I want to find, bro? So if you know and you got a lead, anybody out there listening, help me out. I want to find Skilo. I wish I was a little bit taller.
I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. That would call
You know why, man?
Why is that?
Listen to his cadences.
I love Kilo. You see how I was able to word every word.
You know what I'm saying? You hear his cadences.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Son is nice. We just know him from that particular hit, so we limit him to that hit. Mm-hmm. So that's all he is. Oh, he's just shorty dude. Like, so now we're not taking him serious. Mm-hmm. But son is an MC.
Right.
I want to hear him spit.
Right.
Like, I want to hear like some let me fire you up. Let me hear like tear these motherfuckers out. Show them what you made of, man. Come on, yo.
Yeah.
Why you think I was like that's what I want? I was like, yo, I'm like Cymarshall gonna get busy. Like, show what you made of, son. Like, kill them real quick. Stop playing with them. Like, yo, they've been fronting. I know they front. Like, yo, stop playing with these dudes. They're gonna keep ducking us. We gonna start swinging lower. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, Collab Lab is really just to return hip hop back to its essence, to the joy, the fun, the laughter, the camaraderie, the brilliance, the genius of hip hop. That is what Collab Lab is about. I'm doing them every Thursday, whether it's with fanfare or not. We just did one last night when Brother Das. So much of he's actually right here asleep on the joint. I ain't gonna put the camera on you, dog.
Oh man.
He slept over, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, who's here? The hour is late. Like, yo, chill, man. It's my boy. You know what I'm saying? So but that's Collab Lab. Like, I'm trying to, I'm trying to bring that feeling back. The feeling that makes me be always devoted to those two 17-year-old boys that met working at Statue of Liberty.
Word.
I remember that. I remember writing Blue Cheese over the phone. You know what I'm saying, Side? Like that feeling of being like, yo, you're working with your friend and you two are working towards a mutual goal. It's a special feeling to not be alone in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Shout out to Broadway listening, my man.
Yeah, you already know.
I had that relationship with him.
Oh, word. So you already know. You understand what I'm saying? So that feeling, man, is special. And in the end, it don't be the fanfare or the groupies or whatever little money you might have made, and the sneakers and the traveling. It'd be the moments when you and your boy was focused on an objective and together y'all won because you didn't give up and y'all stood up. And so that's what Collab Lab is meant to, talk to that part of the thing that's special about hip hop, the thing that made, when you in a cypher and everybody that can rhyme is rhyming, and then out of nowhere there's that one homeboy that never rhymes. He just jumped in the middle of cypher with the 16 that he had on the humble, and
you're
just
like, yo! Yeah. I get it.
That's hip hop. That's hip hop. Not the guns, the drugs, the how many records you sold. That's not hip hop, son. Like that's corporate media, that's corporations. Hip hop is the feeling, it's the experience. And I'm intending on giving people as much of that experience as I can for as long as I can. I pray to touch as many people as I can positively before my numbers up. And that's what I'm doing, man. So follow me on Kool_NYOIL on Instagram. Of course, Build Sessions podcast on Facebook. And, anyway, just Kool Kim, and of course my website, KoolKimUMC.com. So if you're listening to this and you're like, man, this sounds fun, like it sounds cool. Oh, snap, Cymarshall, Lord did it, I should do it too. If you're thinking that, then stop being a dick rider. No, I'm just kidding. That's too easy, right? Now, if you're thinking that, right? If you're thinking too early in the morning, side, what are you doing? If you're thinking that, right? Yeah, and I ain't even. Hey, listen, I ain't even do what we know. What we do to be in the fun. Because
I already know. I already know.
But listen. If you want to do this, right? If you want to get involved with Collab Lab and see, you see how we vibe. This is a result of Collab Lab, man. And shout out to Eric Day.
Yeah, shout out to Eric.
Because Eric is who put me and you in contact, man. You know what I'm saying? Life-changing shit. Shout out to Eric and shout out to all that he's doing with the sculptures. And, he's brilliant, right? Like, you see all the stuff that he does?
Yeah.
I told him I want to get a bunch
of
stuff done. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just meant to be something that we got fun. If you want to involve yourself, you want to get down, go to Kool Kim, KoolKimUMC, letters UMC.com, /CL for Collab Lab, CL. And you can sign up. You can register to be on. We're not asking for no money. We're not trying to. All we want you to do is just get down, come have fun, and be a participant. Don't just rock when it's your turn, and then after it's your turn, you don't care nothing about it no more because you on the greener pastures. No, you do. You have the same ethic that Cymarshall has. We did ours last week. We still building and developing and growing and talking and we it's not over. This is the beginning. You know what I mean? This is the beginning. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, man. So anybody interested, check me out. And as always, Si, I appreciate you, brother.
No, I appreciate you. Legend.
Thanks, man. Legend. Hey, and I want to make a shout out to whoever's listening. Listen, Collab Lab. It doesn't mean that you're just a rapper or producer or a DJ or a graph artist or a b-boy or anything to collab. Are you a publicist? Collaborate with us. Are you marketing? Collaborate with us. Are you an economist? Collaborate with us. An accountant? Collaborate with us. Are you tech savvy? You know what I'm saying? You're hip to NFTs and, you know, Bitcoin and stuff like that. My bed right here is, you know what I'm saying? But collab with us.
Word.
You know what I mean? Collab. Let's get involved. You don't have to sit on the sidelines. This is the new hip hop. The new hip hop. You're not a customer anymore. You're a teammate. So come on and get on the team. Come vibe with us. We're gonna take it.
Yeah, so usually I end the show with like some news that I gathered over the course of the day, but I did gather some things, but I gotta run. I do have a quote. I do have a quote of the day though, so I'm not gonna do news of the day today. I'm just gonna wish everyone a great, good vibration, positive Friday, and I'm gonna end with the quote of the day. Then me and Kim gonna get out of here and do our thing. So episode 61. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe, click like, share it, help us grow. Shout out to Kool Kim for coming through again. Thank you.
Always.
And you know, here goes the quote of the day. And y'all, I love y'all. Thank you. I appreciate it. Quote of the day, then we out of here. So here's the quote. And it's very simple, very straight to the point. Dead people receive more flowers than living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude. By Anne Frank. We all know her story. I'll read it again. Dead people receive more flowers than living ones because regret is stronger than gratitude. Let's make our gratitude stronger than the regret, people. Give the flowers now. Appreciate the people in your life that make a difference for you and others. My name is Cymarshall. He is Kool Kim. We love y'all. Peace.